Hey everybody, it's Greenwood again with another tutorial video. In this video, I'll be talking about dividing two rational expressions. So let's get on to it. So if you watched the last video, multiplying, this one's very similar with a couple of small tweaks. So it's really the same as just multiplying by the reciprocal of the second expression. And reciprocal, remember, just take a fraction and you flip it. So the numerator and denominator switch spots. So the first step we'll do is we'll rewrite the problem as a multiply by the reciprocal problem. And then we'll use our multiplying by rational steps, which again, let me drag over so you can see those from the last video, right? Basically, we're going to look for factor, we're going to look for cancel, and then we're going to look for simplify. Okay, let's get on with it. So here's example one. This is a monomial. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to rewrite this as a multiplication problem. So I'm basically going to multiply by the reciprocal times, so 4x to the third will come up to the top, and 9x squared goes down to the bottom, to the denominator. And so now I can go through and I can cancel first and then multiply, or I can multiply first and then cancel. I think I'm going to multiply first on this example. So we'll go 5 times 4 is 20. X times x to the third will give me x to the fourth. 7 times 9 is 63. X times x squared gives me x to the third. So now we'll look for common things to cancel. I can cancel those 3 x's, will cancel 3 of those 4, leaving 1x left over. I'm thinking about factors of 20 and 63. I don't think there's anything in common. So my final solution would be 20x over 63. And again, remember, you can find on your factor pair chart the common factors there. Okay, so there's a level 1 example, monomials. Level 2 example, much like multiplication, very straightforward. So what I'm going to do first, and this actually takes the most time, I think I might even type this one. So I'm going to rewrite it as m minus 5, m plus 8, let's see, 6, let's see, m minus 2. Then we'll do another typing here, and so we have to do the reciprocal, so we'll do 6 over m minus 5, m plus 8, okay? And so then this becomes a multiplication problem we need to handle. So again, multiplying by the reciprocal. So take the reciprocal of the second one. So now we'll look for canceling. So I notice my m minus 5s will cancel, my m plus 8 groups will cancel, the 6's cancel. And now I'm left with, on the top, I'm just left with 1. Because remember, if everything cancels, it's just a 1. And m minus 2 on the bottom. Okay. So with these division ones, they're just like multiplication. We're multiplying by the reciprocal function. And remember, the reciprocal is just to flip the fraction. Numerator, denominator, switch spots. Okay. Let's move on to example 3. Again, the factoring here, if you need to go back and watch the factoring video for this, you can. Looking for things that multiply to give me 15 and add to 8 on this special trinomial. So that's where I'm going to get my p plus 3 and p plus 5. Remember we talked about these before. These ones lend themselves nicely to finding things that cancel. Okay, so I'm multiplying by the reciprocal here. Again, p minus 7, there's no common factor besides 1. And then p plus 3, no common factor besides 1. So now let's look for canceling. So we've got the reciprocal. So I got a p plus 3 that cancels, a p plus 5 that cancels, and now we've got 1 times p minus 7 is just p minus 7, and over 1. And you don't even have to write the over 1, honestly. It's still the same thing, p minus 7 or p minus 7 over 1. Okay, there's division in a nutshell, just like multiplication, except we divide, or our division will multiply by the reciprocal of the second expression. So flip it and multiply. Again, if you see a factoring video, go back and watch one of those. And in another video here shortly, I will explain excluded values and how we deal with those solutions and calculating that. I hope this helped. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.